Right, we're back. Let's get you out of the way. And let's continue going through. I should get another... Well, it's probably going to be a great scientist. Great engineer is also a possibility, though. In... Load, please. Gondor. Okay. Cat base has become pacified and technically healthy. It does have 12 unhappy citizens, and... Yeah, that's really bad for food. At the very least, as it goes down, things will improve. Well, as time goes on, things will improve. So. Oh, fine. Let's get some elephants. Okay, let's see here. Carpenter is +5 production right now, so obviously. That's definitely the engineering school. Okay, straw gatherer works, same with the tenon maker. Then apprentice workshop. Okay. You? I'll trust the foundry on how much it says it will give. I don't have a reason not to believe it. I mean, you could say the same about some other things. But I plead inconsistency. It is surprisingly inconsistent at times. 51, let's round that. Divided by 3 is 17, so... Yeah, okay. So build up to 15. Turn cost. No, actually, I probably should do it earlier. Okay. Lumber mill. Tree nursery. Okay, that's 32 turns. Maybe wait on the brass. Oh wait, forgot about steel. I'm sure by the time it gets that far, it's going to be more efficient. And I do want a commercial port. That's tends to be helpful. Also going to need a slaughterhouse for sure. Let's just upright your navigation. Okay, you're going to take a moment to heal. Even if it's only 2% damage. That's fine. I completely understand. You are a valuable unit, so I'd rather you not get lost. Okay, Lyceum. School, university, printers workshop, printers workshop. Anything else? Emporium, paved roads. Slaughterhouse. Can't believe that's been forgotten about. And I can't do the usual burial traditions, so... Weird how I can't do burial tradition Earth. Oh, I've got cave, so... Okay, that's enough for the moment. Signs, gondola canals. Road signs, clockwork workshop, gondola canals. Surrounders camp, steel. Grammaticus. Save the rest for later. Wait. Walrus. That is actually news. Nope, not gonna risk that. Ah, looks like Sue changed civics. And it's an important one too, otherwise there would not be a reorganization going on over there. Yeah, there's definitely a distinct need for me to make a workboat, so let's go ahead and do that here. I can upgrade a lot of sea tiles that way, even if it's going to take a while. Just walk out here. Village. Oh, Marlin folklore. Blood dance. Walrus folklore. Sure, all it produces is culture, but culture is very helpful. Especially since it's producing a heck of a lot of culture in every single city. It's half a point base, but it spreads to every city instantly. Oh, looks like that's raised too. Excellent. You, and you. Fairly obviously. This. Let's avoid building that. I still need to set up a proper amount of food production. Oh, and I also need an entertainer. There. That should be good for growth. The Emperor Penguin is animated. Amazing. That's the influence. Okay, let's put a mountain mine here. Don't look like much better to do with a spot, so. Okay. Production-wise, where is this? The forge or foundry? I'm so used to. Hmm. Okay. That's strange. Engineering school. Okay, so the tannery gives me +5 production easily. The carpenter gives +4. And then, okay, then the engineering school. I can figure out more detail later. It's a captured city, so there's different aspects to it. There's a lot of already improved tiles, so I can use those fairly effectively. Capital. Okay. What can I build that gives me free buildings? So I'd like to have more free buildings, please. I can build national smelters in other locations. Find stoneware carvers. I don't see the point in building the Stonehenge, especially since it's going to be obsolete. Well, it's not going to be obsolete anytime soon, but it will eventually. I'm probably not going to build the Angkor Wat. I don't have any reason to get that. Priests. Free safety Aesop's Fables. Oh, that's neat. There, that's what I'm looking for. Just double checking. Yeah, okay. Got that. Porting free fountains to every city sounds great to me, so. Right now, road over to there. And yet another map. Ooh. Don't really need to work in military standards, but. Wow. I may as well. Lighthouse. Confectioner's workshop. Let me build a dance hall before I build the entertainer. That would be smart. Although I don't know, does split dance require? I actually don't think it does that. Need that. There's the pier. Probably gonna get the museum for free, so. That should be good for that city. And once it's done, assuming there are no new buildings that I need to build, there are definitely going to be new buildings that I need to build. It should be pretty much done and ready to build wonders. I might as well plant a forest here, so I can set up a lumber camp. Yeah, the dances are great for getting an edge in the first few cities. But beyond a certain point, it starts to become less helpful, I guess. Trying to keep it all, trying to keep track of it all. So. Now, oh, it's been raised to the ground. Oh, great. That's not good. No, not for them. I mean, it doesn't particularly affect me. It really doesn't. But it's still kind of sad to see. Alright, time to start building up combat. I sure hope the adventurer is actually doing the smart thing. It'd be annoying if it wasn't. I get the odd feeling. Where are you going? Give me control. Head for down here. Oh, so beacons do upgrade to the lighthouses. That's good to know. Maybe. Oh no, no, they don't. Do they? Did I just build a beacon there? Hmm. Go bear enclosure. Setting up new enclosures gives me 5 science per building. It's why I just managed to spike my science output last session. Apparently realizing that those animals were best used on studying. Partial to the whole thing. an eye on Atafu. Okay, this tile is now in the city influence. As well as this. It's just this tile that isn't, so... Oh, time to set up some more stuff. Fun and games. Oh, so Persia does now have 2 cities. And there's an ambusher there. Lovely. Ptolemy. Oh, that guy.
To every action, there is always opposed an equal reaction.
Yep. It's why rockets work. In fact, well, it's how rockets work is probably the better way to put it. Applied use of the Newton's third law of motion. It's literally what rocketry is. No. Just need to adjust slightly. There we go. Which of my major cities doesn't have an academy? Well, Suva, you've been conscripted. Please do not resist. So 2, 10, 7. Yeah, Costa's just more valuable, so head to here. Start building the fishing boats. Because any further improvements are a bit far away. It's the brigantine, I want the workboat. There you are. Yeah, doing some build-up of the coast is really going to help my science output. Sure, I can only harvest kelp, build lighthouses along reefs, and build fishing boats, which consume the unit. So, you know, yippee. They do get the job done pretty well. I can get these 3. This is completely out of reach of any city, so there's no point taking the time to do that. Do want to have a better look at what's over there first, and then... just in case I settled a new city. And then have it head back to whatever it was going to do. Well, I guess I can both build this now. I don't know why you're able to build it, but sure, I guess. +1 trade route. Yep. Spearfishing, fishing. College makes it lose those value buffs from the, I guess, 10 science, which I actually prefer. Yeah. Because it is close enough. Oh yeah, it reached the culture level where it can reach 3 tiles out, and since the Great Barrier Reef over here is that close. Yeah. How long has it been? Since since I've ordered the city to do anything? Yeesh. Okay, roads. Right. Do you have a sewer system? No. I'm sure you don't have fresh water. So, Let me also build the slaughterhouse and see burial traditions. That Chromaticus, that's pretty necessary. Let me also build the market scales. Lighthouse would be really useful for you in particular. Should be up here around here, but I don't think I have the required building for it. That. The officium can wait. However, I do need a courthouse. There we go. That just sets that city up pretty well. It is nice how, with each deck, you can visibly see the signs per turn jump a bit. I mean, chemistry is probably going to be a bit of an exception. But not as much as you might think. Right. Probably should check on the workers in Ethiopia. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh wait, no, you're not. You're a guide. Why are you here? Yeah, sure. Okay, I can turn that into. I probably should also replace the farm here with a mine. Seems sensible. Well, I guess I'm going to give you Lead Storm, which is the ranged accuracy upgrade for small firearms. Yeah, I need to keep an eye on finances again, don't I? It's probably going to be an increase of maintenance cost in some cities due to, well, reasons. I believe maintenance costs from a number of cities has also started to magnify a bit. Alright, let's build a proper road connection and start improving the conquered city. Yeah, it's a better option. I'll lose a lot of food production, but I will get almost as much production, and a little bit of commerce too, as well as further access to platinum ore. Oh, there's also cobalt or lead. I think that's actually lead. Yeah. Go through this menagerie. Let me find a random animal. Okay, let's give you sophistication in order to offset some of the combat stuff. Because animals, even if they get annoying, are still better subdued than killed. Because it means I can get extra culture and science off of them. Even if it's not for much. And maybe the occasional building. Yeah, I still need to upgrade those. They don't upgrade without a workboat. Physics lab. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. I also need the chain bridge. Ignore the maintenance cost on the chain bridge. It doesn't actually mean anything. Pharmacy would earn me money. I already get money from the pocket shop. Bank. Ring, public pool, toy maker, stationery store, billboards, barricades, I guess. Yep, yep. Mm-hmm. Yes. Ooh. There we go. Or the alchemy lab, because I am going to be getting other stuff soonish. That replaces it. Chemistry lab. Right. Also, get yourself an entertainer. There. I presume you have the dance hut already, right? Yeah. No, you don't. Let's just put that on top. Where is the... There it is. Dance hall. Anyway, great person. Probably a scientist, but an engineer is also fairly likely. Great engineer. Oh, interesting. So he was a glass worker. Alright. Join the city. Ooh, a fly scene down here. That can serve as a set of remains. Though they don't give science yet, they will with biology, which will provide me with another, if smaller, spike of science generation. Yep, let's upgrade the ones to the north of the city, the sea tiles to the north of the city, and then head back down and handle one of the fishing boats. Probably the ones closer to the shore, because the coast is just better. I don't know why I guessed otherwise. I can handle the unrest. Let me get myself... Yes, there we go. Oh, that's cool. Let's work on mining. Yeah, the other potential upgrades are just too far away to be reasonable, so I think I should find... there's nothing close either. Except for this one, but this can be... It can be handled by this. I think it might be smart to just head north and put fishing boats here. Yeah. Ilo's big enough in order to handle its own fishing, so. I might set it up right now. Workboat. Slab and chain bridge. And Honoria. I don't know why that wasn't built yet. Factor's workshop. 3. Ornithopter Airy. Yeah. Okay. Blood dance. Yeah, not much here. Kind of accepted that ages ago. Ooh, rodent. I mean, I will end up building them in cities if there's not much else to build, but for multiple reasons, I'd like to put that off as long as possible. Aren't I close to modern sanitation? Anyway, here comes chemistry. Any minute now.
Chemistry means the difference between poverty and starvation and the abundant life.
I do get oh, arm bomber. Yeah. Great, I gotta change Windows production queue. Because I now have modern embalmers. Couldn't handle the giant squid, I guess. No movie, just a picture. But free fountain in every city. I'm not sure what the maintenance cost of those fountains are, but doesn't matter anymore, I guess. Alright, build lighthouse. There. Yeah, pretty much all that's left is to wait for this to come into the city limits of one of these two cities, as well as these two tiles that have somehow evaded getting spread to, despite it at all. So. Yeah, tile lacks carnival. Road enclosure. Modern warehouse. I don't even need to build those. That's the fun bit. Chemistry lab. Replace those. Curie, Death Cap Mushroom, Alchemist Lamp, Resources Poison. Chain Bridge. Zero Culture. Palace Walls. Floors. Toy Maker. Stationary Stone. Billboards. Barricades. Nah. Inside the museum for whichever city that I eventually ends up building. The National Smithsonian Museum. Smithsonian Museum. Ugh. Okay, Lyceum. Where else can wait? Same with the Mathematics Academy. Okay. Oh yeah, I probably should get the... Yeah, let's get some basic crime reducers out of the way. Because I'm sure that Tamuning has crime issues. That one, crime tends to be harder to combat than disease. Disease tends to fall away pretty easily. And Source of Pearls, right there. Alright, just work now, please. I have access to flax, right? Yeah, I've got 2 flax. Okay, there's no need to turn that into a plantation. I can keep my high production city exactly as I want it. Okay, there's no city that within reach of the tile, but there's no reason not to set up something that can discover resources on the off chance that I end up getting it anyway. Or at the very least, it can be something that's not as good, the building itself. I don't need to build a lumberjack at the top. Oh, source of clam. Hunting dog trader, right? Yeah. Tasmanian devil. Whoopity doo. Oh, I guess we're doing on mine then. There's more resources to potentially discover. And I think I got a lot of the lumber mill based ones, so. Although there's plenty of unimproved tiles over here that I definitely need to look into. Oh, for crying out loud. No, here. There's a thieves hideout here, isn't there? Yup. There we go. It's gone now. The Problem is that there's no single unit that's specifically good for dealing with gunpowders yet. Other than perhaps another gunpowder. So I don't think I need to I'm gonna keep an eye on that. I don't think I need to upgrade units though because, well, the AI has a tendency to protect fortifications that they capture. It's just that simple. So I don't expect it to act out of line. Okay, so yeah, the guild hall's next. Yeah, pretty much. That does +2 production, so I can treat it like just about anything else, really. Slaughterhouse, burial tradition C. Get that going too. Community garden's nice. Market scales, locksmith, officium, courthouse. There. I also need sewer system, and we're right next to water, so I don't actually need to build a river just yet. I do want to build that lighthouse though. It's already using. Oh, it's already working on water plot. In fact, it even has a. Yeah, it has 5 pops. It's already out of good tiles, so it's good enough to to justify a non-specialist, well, a specialist, a not free specialist. There. Dink, 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 dink. Lighthouse coral. $500 gold to keep that forest and the lumber mill? Of course. It's a very valuable tile, and I would be remiss to lose it. Now I just need to wait for this tile to become part of the sea. Oh, at least I know there's oil on the tile. That tile's gonna use the forest as well. Not better late than never. Oh jeez, it is wandering around. Oh no. Quick! Upgrade to a musketman. Okay, this requires extreme measures. Time to hurry with gold. I need to be careful about doing that, though. Because there is a mechanic. I think now is the best time to talk about it since I've just used it. There's a mechanic in Civ 4 called inflation. It's something to prevent you from, well, spamming gold everywhere, basically. Because for fairly obvious reasons, that's bad. As you can see, yeah, I've got 185 cost in it from inflation. Yep, you can see at the bottom, inflation from hurrying production. In other words, it's extra expenses that well, yeah. This number increases as you hurry more production. So while the gold is useful, you don't want to burn it all at once. Especially when it comes to hurrying production. It's fine to use it for unit upgrades or events. It's fine to run a deficit. Wow. Just don't hit 0. It's bad. That's not enough gold in my eyes. Needs another 0. Okay. Color 1. Pinch 1. Sells 5 XP, so... Would be interested in the possibility of the musketmen attacking me. I should also... There, recapture. Oh, okay, Zoroastrianism is finally here. Time to upgrade these to lighthouses. Lighthouses are a fairly obvious improvement upon the old. The beacons give +1 food, +1 commerce. The lighthouse gives the same as the beacon, however also +1 production, +1 commerce. So +1 food, +1 production, +2 commerce. There we go, okay. It dropped down to just an early quarry, but I can get my workers to handle it. You, on the other hand, there we go. To make up for lost production. The space is largely pretty well handled, so head down south and start doing your thing down here. There's a lot of unimproved tiles in that area. I could see a vast improvement. Chemistry, physics. Nah. Yeah, you need to update your food production, don't you? Fishmonger, bakery. Yep. Not too worried about efficiency after a while. Ollie is my estimate for how that's supposed to be pronounced. I will not be taking questions. Oh, I need to swap to properties if I want to see it properly. Yeah, between the bailiwick and the hostel, that should occupy it fairly well. I need an officium though. So, insurance office, auction house. Sure, I want an orphanage and gambling done. And grocer and market. There we go. Yeah, the turns are definitely slowing down. I've noticed. Kangaroo herd. Alright, time to mine that gold. At least I think it's gold. I wasn't paying too close attention, admittedly, to what the exact nature of it was. Okay, this time you just sit here and if something goes wrong, it's your job to deal with it. If something spawns, shouldn't all the territory is visible. Although then again, something might spawn up there. And then it heads there, and if I don't pay attention, I won't see it. Okay, start mining. I want to at least get geology this session. I doubt I am not going to wait for the next great person, though. That is far too long. Yeah, anyway. I think it might be time for me to actually adjust things. Okay. Right. Then microbiology, for even more science. The microbiology lab is expensive. Really not cheap, but more science. Grab these two. Liberalism in order to pick up paleontology, and then explosives, because shaft mines, buffs the mining camp, yeah. Lumber mill. And for all that the mine is terrible right now, it will improve down the line, don't worry. Although it needs at least an upgrade. And I should replace the savannas with proper loggable forests. Oh yeah, now that the city is... I can wait. Do another turn. And there we go. Geology.
The geologist takes up the history of Earth at the point where the archaeologist leaves it, and carries it further back into remote antiquity.
Yeah, and, well, there are limits to how far back you can go with geology. After all, the Earth's processes... Now, the Earth has to have not existed at some point. It would be weird if it lasted as long as the universe. Go away, creationists. This isn't about you. But yeah, it's impossible to go all the way back to the beginning of the Earth, simply because of the nature of the Earth's processes. Rocks get destroyed when they're melted. There's no way to maintain their previous structure. Kind of like how ice vanishes. Geology lab. Okay. Discovered a bunch of fossil beds too. And a geode source. Neat. I'll have to figure out what to do with those down the line. Of course. Of course. I think I'll leave the city with that for the moment. The fossil beds are useless until later. I think that jungle has a fossil bed. Yep. But I can't do anything with the fossil bed. Hey, did you find a wooden chip? Yeah, let's get you some firearms to get even better against... I mean, sure, maneuvering would give plus 15% and the plus 10%, but an extra first strike chance is... It's pretty good. First strike can get you really far, at least with the C2C combat engine. Not sure why you're missing a flint gatherer, but okay. Oh, okay. Right. So the treadmill crane gets +7. But I really need to look at the surveyor's office first. Then do it like this. Okay. The foundry is +11. I need to recalculate after the fact. That's for sure. Simply put, it's a big city that doesn't have a lot of the requisite buildings, so its production's going to be high. Even if it lacks a lot of important factors. Okay, I want to double check to make sure that there isn't a city that's missing the amphibian pond. Pretty sure I checked this before, but I want to double check. Doesn't seem like it. Okay. What are you missing? Rodent. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll make this the last turn. It really is slowing down the game. But I'm trying my best to keep the speed high as I can manage. Oh, farm supply. Yeah, that one's always fun. What? Yeah, it's chemistry. Okay. And you need a farm in the area. Ah, that explains it. What I don't see is so much. Chain bridge. Okay, let's see here. Oh, Newton's College, Newton's College. Crown School of Mathematics is also cool. Ooh, Marco Polo's Embassy. Obsolete with communism. Zenghi's Voyage. Via Appia. Free market in every city. That would be neat. Leaning Tower of Pisa will get me even more great people. Okay. Aesop's Fables sound like the best option for the moment. No cities. Okay. Yeah, I'm still working my way through these. Yeah. Science techs. I do need microbiology in order to get biology, which is a bit well, then again, it does make sense actually. Modern biology comes from the new discoveries of microbiology, the realization that there are tiny, tiny organisms that exist, and that large organisms look different under a microscope. Very different. Which, to put it simply, revolutionized everything we knew about life itself. It's that simple. I think I'll do that next. That's that. This. Probably should do archaeology at some point. Oh, great. Not again. Okay. Pop, pop, pop. Definitely explosives. And then go for archaeology. Hot air balloon doesn't actually provide me with much of anything. Rifling obsoletes the Great Home God Hunt, so let's avoid it. Bell Rock Lighthouse. +1 trade route in all coastal cities, free lighthouse in every city. That's an excellent wonder. I do need naval tactics for it, but worth it. Then I want to get these. Then mercantilism. Oh, that obsoletes the Silk Road. Oh well. Dean Sports is also nice. Okay. And if I do this any further, I will regret it at some point. I'm well aware of this. The liberalism is to research paleontology. Yes, paleontology. So, there are a lot of new resources I've been discovering thanks to the tech, too. Like, there's fossil bits here. In order to actually build a dig site, though, I do need paleontology. So for now, it's going to go untouched. I've also discovered some sources of oil, although I haven't really bothered looking where they are. I do know there's one here, for example. There's probably quite a few over here in the Antarctic regions. Yeah. The Antarctic regions, when they do appear, tend to be a hotbed for... tend to have a lot of strategic resources compared to other locations. Probably because resources are fairly evenly distributed, or at least they're supposed to be. I guess that's why the wetlands camp never found anything. Natural gas will take a long time to exploit, though. So that it becomes useful. Well, that's fine. I'm willing to wait. There's another stone. That's just tar. Yeah, tar pits use the exact same effects as oil, except they don't bubble. They look a lot like oil, okay, but not quite the same. Oil actually bubbles. Tar is basically just oil without the animation, which is silly, but saving assets is pretty important to a game that's chugging as I'm dragging it across the map. Yeah. You can see the stuttering already with the frames. Oy, especially when I zoom out. But yeah, things continue going along, even though the game is slowing down. I'm doing my best to try to ensure that it doesn't take too long. But that would mean getting into the cities here and then trying to ensure that every tile is at least visible, at least every tile that's near on or near land, in order to minimize the spawning of barbs. Then I would only need a few units driving around and the calculations for the cities. Because if barbs can't spawn at all, they stop spawning. Oh, Jesus. Why'd you wander off? Here of all places. Anyway. I've probably gone on long enough. I think I've explored every land tile by now. Well, not every... let me put it better. Every land tile in Neonesia. There. There's still some land tiles down here on this bit of land. And one here. Does the map bug at that point? Yeah, the map's just bugging a bit. The mini-map. Yeah, the mini-map bugged. That's not a good sign. It's a bit here, and a bit here. And then there's some polar ice cap stuff that hasn't been explored, but The Caravel will handle it to the best of its abilities. Though those abilities may not be particularly amazing. I'm probably going to end up plopping a city here, just to ensure that barbs don't go there. Wow, okay. The spot, that's the same spot. Over here, right here is a good spot. I will be missing out on some ice tiles, but ice is just terrible. So long as I get a reasonable amount of culture, it will spread to make those tiles visible, and that's it. I don't care about them. Plus, there's this impact crater, so that's a natural wonder. And we'll get its own building. And this spit of land is actually particularly huge, so this will require multiple cities, for sure. I'll probably plop one here or here, and another one along here-ish, and then one further down here. There might be more stuff down here that would warrant another city deeper in. Or perhaps not. Either way, oddly enough, there's no real... Well, then again, I think the C2C is adjusted so that there's not as many of those sorts of Arctic spits of land. Yeah. I think the map generator is adjusted so that the spits of land all appear in the south rather than the north. There's also this random island that definitely needs a city on it. Thankfully, it's the only random one-tile island that I know of. Is it the only one-tile island? Yes. Thank you. Those islands are difficult to work with, so... And I've been jabbering on for a bit too long. I do wish I could get a great doctor or a great statesman. A great statesman. At least for some variety. Specialists. Okay. No, I want... No. Wait. There it is. Oh. Oh, wait. No, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I remember this being... Stop, please. Back. Bad idea, bad idea. Can I exit? No. Shoot. Okay. I may as well end it off here. While the game struggles to load this massive image. There it is. Okay. I think it should still be... No, it's not. Okay, better not try that. Okay, a great doctor can do health spa and universal healthcare? Requires a great doctor. Oh. That's nice. I scroll too far. Okay. Just go back. There we go. We're back on the grades. Great profit. Yeah, that's... Can construct bullies and whatnot. Scientist. Great statesman. Oh. Well, that's nice. And that is definitely an image of Churchill. Well, I guess I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.